Hello everyone, my name is Rainer and welcome back to another episode of Luxury Utopia in Oxygen Not Included. In the last episode we did a lot of fixes, but we mainly focused on exploring Toxazon. And in the last episode we discovered that there's an aluminum volcano here, there's another aluminum volcano here, and there's a gold volcano here, and maybe there's even more. I'm also expecting, I think, what was it, an iron volcano somewhere. This here, what was there? Copper volcano, my bad. So that should also be somewhere, but yeah, we're digging. We only have rovers here. We have two. One is almost has an empty battery. The other one is still doing pretty okay, a third of the battery left. But yeah, we made a lot of ladders and prepared this planetoid for when at some point duplicants will arrive here and they'll have an easier time building a base here. Of course, in order to get duplicants here, we need to have better rockets, and that is what I'm going to try and focus on this episode. I'm going to prepare for better rockets. So let's actually start looking at what options we have. We of course already made the carbon dioxide engines, which make very tiny rockets, so that is not really an option. We can see that the sugar engines have more height, so this is 2 out of 10 for the engine. This is 3 out of 16, so you have a little bit more wiggle room, but sugar is not really something that is easily replenishable, so I don't want to get into that. Then we have the steam engine, which can go even higher. This is 5 of 25, so this is a very big engine. But steam is not difficult to make, but it's a little bit tricky to transport, because steam is not really a stable form of water, let's say it like that. If it cools down, it becomes normal water, and it easily cools down in all kinds of situations, especially with the super cold areas here. So steam I also don't want to go to. So that leaves us with the petroleum engine, which I still have here already. I think I reviewed it last time. The height is 20, so it's a little bit in between the sugar engine and steam engine. But 20 gives us a lot of room to build some extra modules that we didn't have room for with the carbon dioxide engine. So in order to use this one, of course, we need petroleum, because this is a small petroleum engine. So we need to make petroleum. How do you make petroleum? There's a couple ways, but for almost always there's a wrenching way, but typically you need oil. And we have a lot of oil here. This is, how much is this? 15,000 kilograms, yeah, per tile. So we have about, what will it be, 60,000 kilograms, something like that. We have a lot of oil. Let's say it like that. And we're making more oil on Grassini. If we need more, it's gonna be easily there. So how do you make petroleum out of this? There is actually a refinement building, which is called the oil refinery, and this converts crude oil into petroleum. And in this episode, I'm going to make a setup that does exactly this, and also make sure that we get rid of the heat that is also produced. And I think I'm also gonna make use of this petroleum in a different way, because with petroleum you can actually also make more plastic. With this polymer press, you can convert petroleum into raw plastic, and we have 58 tons, but this is actually an even faster way than all these Dracos that we have here. So that is a little bit the outline. I already had some look around where I want to make this, and I think I want to make it here in this area. We have still some liquid reservoirs here, but they're almost empty, and we're pumping them out to our storage. So this is all the brine that is going over, and once this is empty, we can start building some contraptions here. So we have to wait for that, and while we wait, we can still do some stuff. So we have some stuff to do on each planetoid. On here, we have to make this shield for this radiation, because there's a lot of radiation here. If you look here for duplicants, this is a significant hazard, extreme hazard even in this area. So you need to make sure that our duplicants are not exposed to this too much. Even here is a significant hazard, but if you look here behind these tiles, well, here is still significant, but it becomes easily a slight hazard. At least it's a little bit better once you encase this. So we're going to work a little bit to do this with the rovers because they're not affected by radiation. So let's increase the priority here a bit. And I'm going to also set a little bit more of commands because I want to get to the other side as well. And we can easily achieve that by just going to dig through here. And that should be a good amount of things queued. I wonder if I can make a storage bin with these. It seems that I can. So if I can make a storage bin, I shouldn't make it here. If I can make a storage bin, I can actually also sweep up this stuff here. So let's also do that. So make a storage bin, right? Sedimentary rock. I think we have some sedimentary rock here. Yep, we do. And once this is built, let's make this a 6 as well. We can start sweeping this up as well because I don't want to have stuff here that our duplicants have to pick up. This should be as clean as possible. And we can even go as far as adding even more igneous rock at the bottom. And I'm actually going to queue that immediately. That actually means that stuff is going to drop down. Then we don't need to really clean it up. So let me, as a 6, I want to really do this with priority. I'm going to dig up this here. And I guess also all of this. Yeah, let's just dig everything up here. All as a 6. And once this is all dug up, everything drops down and we can start closing this stuff up. So let's let them do this first. We shouldn't wait too long getting back here because they will be done quickly. And again, the batteries will be empty very fast. So we don't want that to happen. Let's go also to Grossini because here we have a different thing that we still need to do. We were cleaning up all of this here, but there's actually something that I've missed, and that is this door. This door is a door that our duplicant can just walk through. And that's actually not something that I want to have, because if you look down here, then everything that goes to this side goes through this atmosuit checkpoint and gets a suit. But you can see that this area is reachable either via the atmosuit dock or via this door. Yeah, so actually Bunny can go down here to this hot area. Some pieces are super hot without a suit, and that is absolutely not what I want. So what I'm going to do here is close this off as well. So we're going to do this as a 6. Sedimentary rock is fine. I'm just going to do like this first, and then I guess I can also deconstruct the stuff. But I want to close it off first, because it's absolutely not okay that she just can walk right through here. For the rest, I guess she can just continue cleaning this up so we can pump this out, and then we have more space to, yeah, this is free of the chlorine. I don't know if it's really that necessary to be like this, but let's clean it up a bit, have our resources up here so we can have them reachable for building things. And then we start digging out this asteroid, this planetoid from the bottom. Then for the main planetoid, I have a couple things that I want to do here while these liquid reservoirs are emptying. One, I want to make more ceramic. We have made 10 tons in 250 cycles, which is very, very little. And there's actually a pretty easy way to get ceramic a lot faster, and that is to automate this kiln, because this kiln doesn't even use power. So we're going to make 2 storage bins here. Let's make 2 of them here. Then we do a shipping, an auto sweeper, and this auto sweeper will be tasked with filling this kiln. And this kiln, to make ceramic, we need clay and coal, and that's what we're going to put into the storage bins. And that's going to be basically it. It needs power, so we're going to connect it to this thick wire, and that should already be it. I just need to fill these boxes for it to work properly. Then I also want, because this this oil refinery, it uses 480 watts. We can put it on a conductive wire, but we are relatively high up here and we have this heavy watt wire here. So I want to use that also here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make some, I want to remove this cable basically, because this is going to run right through our construction. So what I'm going to do, let's make some power transformers. I'm going to turn this into two grids. So this is going to be one grid to the right, and we're going to have one more grid here. And actually, I also want to make sure that we don't have water dropping down, because that is very annoying. So I'm actually immediately also going to do something else. I'm going to add in and power a heavy wire joint plate, and we're going to close this side off. So duplicants cannot get through here anymore. I want them all to go through here. So this has to be deconstructed, and we have to make a ladder here. Let's make that as a 7 to make sure that we make that. And then it can go via here, up here. And we're going to make a tile there. And then this is closed off. If something melts here, it will fall onto here and it will not drop down, which is, yeah, what we want basically. Then we need to add some more wires. So we need to have as a 6 is okay. And this here, and then we can go into these thick things here, thick inputs, and then we can have a conductive wire. I can connect it directly here, or do I want to leave this space open? Let's just connect it here for now. That should be okay. And then once this is connected, we can deconstruct these and we will still have a working system. One more thing, we have some polluted ice here and regular ice. I mean, I can't sweep it up every time. Regular ice goes here, but we have 17 tons here, which is already a lot. So once this melts, we will have a lot more water here, but it's going very slow. In the meantime, I just want to have a place to dump all the ice. Because again, I don't want it to melt everywhere and mess up my liquid locks and things like that. I just want to have a place to store all the ice, and where better to store it than on a super, super, super cold place. So I'm gonna do that here. We're gonna set this to liquefiables and then drop everything up here. Because why not? Alright, back to Toxazon. One of our rovers died here, it's underwater. There's not going to be any rust on this thing, of course. We still have one robot with 51 kilojoules left, but most importantly, we have locked in this crushed satellite now, which should be very decent for, well, still significant hazards, but it should still be, it should now be a lot better for our regular duplicants to get through here. I guess this is also more of a hazard because it's still exposed to space. If you look here, it's just a slight hazard. This is the part that's really coming off this thing here. If we would have plastic, it would probably have been a little bit better. So now we can leave our rover to do the rest of the tasks here. Yeah, I'll just let it do whatever it can. I do want to prioritize a bit of this here, so we're just gonna do all of this and maybe also all of this here. And then if it still has charge left, it can go to the right side and dig out some more. We'll look later on how that is coming along. Oh, we already have the power transformers in here. That's very good. All of this is connected, so that means we can deconstruct these power cables. Very good. And we also started deconstructing these liquid reservoirs because they're empty and they're never going to be used again for brine. I will leave a couple of reservoirs down here for more petroleum storage because we're not going to directly use everything. We need storage. But that's only going to be a couple of them. I don't need all of these. All right, so we have this area empty now, which means we can start making our oil refinery. And we have to look at what the effects are. So with 10 kilograms of crude oil, we make 5 kilograms of petroleum. Of course, if we only get half the volume back, we make some other stuff, which is some natural gas that we make. And Annoying thing is that it's not immediately in a pipe. So this is just going to be exposed to the area, to the environment. So we have to make an enclosed area to make sure that we don't leak natural gas everywhere. And if we have natural gas, we can actually move it to our natural gas storage and use it for more power. It also generates a bit of heat, but it's mostly self-cooling if you put in some crude oil that is not super hot. And then overheat temperature 75. Yeah, it's probably a good idea to make this out of gold amalgam or better to make sure that we don't overheat, because yeah, this petroleum will be at least 75 degrees, and this natural gas also will be at least 75 degrees. So if our overheat temperature is 75, we will overheat, and that's not what we want. So what I want to do, because we have natural gas that is exposed, we need to have some kind of liquid lock to make sure that we don't lose coldness. And this area is going to be very hot. So we need insulated tiles. I'm going to make everything out of insulated igneous rock. And we're going to make a floor here, which is going to start about here. I don't know how long it has to be yet, so let's go there. And then I also want to make a liquid lock, which I'm going to make here in this area. Of course, we need to get the power in. But this liquid lock also has to drop onto an insulated tile. So let's do that there. I have to think about the power that has to come in. I want to get that through the liquid lock, so that can be here. Yeah, we can do this like this, I guess. And then this is gonna be where the because the liquid lock is gonna be on top of here, so that's to lean on something. Yeah, that should be fine. I could also make a droplet here, but this is a little bit more stable. So let's do it like that. And then this is gonna be where our oil refinery is gonna be on. Let's make also a tile here. That is okay. And then let's also immediately make a bottle emptier here. Let's turn it around. And this is where we're gonna drop our liquid that is used for the liquid lock. Let's also make an insulated tile as a stopper. So we don't want to have insulated or we don't want to have the liquid that we drop everywhere. We just want to have it in this corner. If we have more anywhere, then we can sweep it up. So the first part of the floor is done here, so we can start constructing or preparing our liquid lock. Of course, we don't have a lock yet because we have still a lot open, but we still had somewhere, I think it was here, we have a little bit of crude oil still, 92 kilograms. And we're going to use that to make a liquid lock. So we're going to actually say here, let's bring crude oil here. Let's make that as a 7 so they immediately bring it. And I just want to have a little bit of crude oil on the spot. We want to have crude oil and not water or polluted water or something like that, because once again we are expelling 75-degree petroleum and natural gas, and I don't want it to get to overheat. That would evaporate our liquid lock, because then we would be in big trouble. Yeah, there it is. And I want to make sure that, yeah, I just want to have a little bit. So here we are going to already remove this. We have a little bit of overflow actually on the here as well. Interesting. So let's sweep this up as quickly as possible, and this also to make sure we don't get too much of an incident, and this also, I guess, but this can be a 7 because this is all we need. That's all the liquid lock that we need. This is staying like that. That's perfect. And then the rest of the crude oil, I guess we can just dump in here, and then it will automatically go to here. All right, so this is now cleaned up, and the crude oil will be transported away, so we can get rid of this this bottle emptier. And let's what is this, sandstone? Yeah, we can get rid of the sandstone. And then we're actually going to construct our actual liquid lock, because if we make tiles like this, then our duplicants can walk through, and because they have a suit on, they will not get the wet feet debuff, but gases will not be able to get through this corner because they will be stuck here and they cannot go to the left because there's a liquid there. So that is exactly what we want. And then we're also gonna do some insulated tiles at the top, of course, because we're gonna leak heat to both sides. And then we need to have our oil refinery. So let's find that under refinement. Refinement, I said. Oil refinery, let's put it here. Out of what material am I making this? 1 second. Oil refinery, out of gold amalgam. Okay, that was fine. And then I also need a way to get the natural gas out and actually also pump out this room. So we're going to have some ventilation, a gas pump. Let's also make it out of gold amalgam, and we're going to put it here. Important for this to work properly at all times is that we don't pump out this room if there's not enough natural gas. So we're going to also put some automation, which is an atmo sensor here, which we connect with our wire. And I think I also want to turn off this oil refinery if I feel like our batteries are drained too much. So we're also going to add in a signal switch right here. And we need to do this, that the signal switch, is it ends? Yeah, ends. So if the liquid reservoir is not full enough and our signal switch is saying that we should continue, then we should continue. So we're going to add an AND gate as well. Let's see, can we do it like this? I guess this is pretty okay. Automation wire like that, and then this one goes to probably this liquid reservoir, because I think I'm gonna deconstruct the left one, and we're gonna leave 3 here or something like that. So I think this should be okay for the automation. And then power, of course, we need to connect everything, so like that and like that. And then we can also close this off like so, all with insulated tiles. And once this is built, oh, we also need to have ventilation. Of course, we need some gas pipes out. Let's just go down and we go over. And this gas pipe is actually going to go to our storage here. So let's see, we go to the left, we go down, we jump over. I guess we can move through there, and then we go down. I guess I want to hook into here, so let's do it like this. And then, oh. Okay, let's just do it like this, and then up. It should be a good spot. And then actually one more improvement that I want to do here is based on this area. So we are only pumping when there's no natural gas in this area, but we are also getting natural gas from many areas. And it would be nice if our system would be primed with the natural gas that we're bringing new to the system. In order to do that, we need to make a branch here from this spot where all these natural gas sources come together. And then from there, we're just gonna make some wiggle room. Oh, that's a little bit too wiggly. Through, and then we're going to, Jesus, lead it. What the heck is going on? We're just gonna lead it here, and that should make sure that we always fill this before the before the gas pumps are necessary. There's one more thing that I want to do, and that's making a vent, because of course we don't want to have the other gases that we have right now here in our natural gas, guys. So we're gonna make definitely sure that we pump this all out first, and that's what we're doing here. All right, this area is now almost done. We still need to have this atmo sensor, and then we can start pumping this out. Actually, we also, of course, need to have the oil here. And for that, we're just gonna make a pipe from here to there. Let me see how we can do that easily. We have still a lot of pipes here. I want to make sure that this here is gone first so we can easily jump over. Otherwise we have a little bit of a mess here to get through. I guess actually we can also make a bridge here. Let's actually do that. That would speed things up a bit. So let's do it like that. Then we disconnect these here. We can remove this pipe. And then we're just gonna walk through with our sandstone. No, we're gonna make it out of igneous rock. So we're gonna make a pipe like so. And let's actually make it like this. Now from here we go up. We can actually go like that. And then here we have a jump over, and then we go into the oil refinery. And I want to do that with radiant pipes so that we can lose our chill as much as possible in this room. We're gonna do that with high thermal conductivity. Let's do that with iron. So we're actually gonna make a little bit of a detour so we are sure that the crude oil that comes in here is actually giving off the temperature. Let me see, because this here also has to move back. I guess we can go down. Yeah, that should be okay. Because there's also an out, I guess we can also make a loop around here and then continue with the insulated pipes where we are just gonna go down into there. So let's build that as well. Yeah, that would be the pipes. Of course, need some bridges. Let's make them as well, like so. And then we need to jump over there, and we need to jump over there. So while this is being built, we can look at the second room that I want to make. It's our first steam room, actually. And I want to make it next to here, so we can use the petroleum that comes out to make some plastics. And also cool down the stuff that we want to cool down. So yeah, let's see what we're gonna do. We're gonna make this a little bit bigger. What I'm actually gonna do is use the heavy watt conductive wires again, heavy watt joint plate I mean. So we're gonna do it here, and I'm gonna make one here, and that leaves us room in between to make sure that we vacuum that out and make a perfect insulator there. Let me see. We're going to make a steam engine on top, which is 5 wide, which means that we need to deconstruct those two. And then I also want to have a liquid reservoir, which means we need 2 more, like so. And that means that we have to go at least until here. Also for the bottom parts. And then we also can look at making a liquid lock. So we need to deconstruct this. Let me see. This is gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 for the liquid reservoir, and then we go down with this, and I guess we can go this far. Yeah, that should be okay. Actually, we could have just gone here. Let's do this. Deconstruct that one instead of this one. Okay, let's set this all to a higher priority as well, so we can build this. And let's already make the mini gas pump somewhere like there, or the other way around. I guess this is okay, because we're just gonna oh, that doesn't work. We have to put it here. Or does this work? Oh, this does work. Let's make it like this is okay. And then we're gonna connect this to the same out here. I guess not yet, because again, we want to close this up before we start pumping this out. Actually, are we going to use this pump to pump out the whole room? That might be a little bit slow, but we can see how that works out. Yeah. Let's do it like this and make them work a bit. Okay, this is now also closed off, so we can start adding water here. So just water as a 7, and then enable audible. That would fill up this room with some liquids. We can also already just start with the machinery in here. So let's go to refinement, a polymer press. One will be here. And then we need room for our thermal aquatuner, which is under utilities, I guess. Yeah. We do need to have a thermal sensor in front of it, so we're going to set it here. And then we can set a second polymer press here, and that actually ends up perfect here. Okay, and then we need to have the fan plumbing liquid pipe thermal sensor has to go here, and this automation wire, this is connected to here, and we put the water that we're using to cool this system through here to make sure that we don't cool it too much. All right, this is finally deconstructed, so we can start with our steam turbine, which is going to go here. Now I have a cable running through here, and I want to connect this steam turbine to the heavy watt wire. So we need to do some work. Let me see. We go to here. What we can do is go like this, and then we do a bridge here, and then we deconstruct the other two. This is idle. Okay, so we cannot do it right now, but this should totally be manageable. And let's make this all a 7. And then we can also say we're going to make a liquid reservoir, and this is just to balance out our liquid temperatures. So we're going to put this here. We actually already have some liquids here, so this should be a liquid lock. And what I can do is just connect this liquid pump. It has power, so it should start. But I don't know how long it will take to pump this area out. It could take a long while. It's 2700. That might take a while. This one is already almost a vacuum, so that's nice. But yeah, this one that could take a while. Do I want to wait for that? Most likely not. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just close this off, and we're going to make a big gas pump in this room, somewhere like here, and this is gonna make sure that we empty out this area. So I'm gonna make a pipe down and just make a new vent here. This is where everything is gonna go, and we can easily connect it to the power, and actually the rest as well here, like so. All right, now that this here is built, this will be pumped out by this mini pump, and once this is pumped out, then this heavy watt joint plate, which is in a hot environment here, and it will be a vacuum here, will not have any thermal conductivity. It will not transfer heat out because a vacuum doesn't transfer heat. So the same will be here. Power loop detected. Wait a second, what did I do? Oh, that's not what I wanted. This is conductive wire, and somehow this is also connected here. Yeah, that's not good. I think this should be better. Yeah, this is better. Oops. We need to have also some water for this cooling loop. And let's start by designing this cooling loop first. We need some insulated pipes to go through here and in there. And then from there, what we can do, let me see. We can go up and then make a liquid bridge, igneous, and then the pipe, it's also igneous, right? We can go through here, it's coming out of there, okay, We can go up, and then we have some radiant pipes to go through there. This insulated pipe goes up here, and this goes into the in, and then the out will go here and over with some radiant pipes to there. All right, some bridges. Let's make this bridge here. We have already a bridge here, so that's good. And we also need to have this output and get it back into here. Let me see, somewhere here. So it needs to be somewhat like this, which means we need some bridges, some other bridges. So we can do it like there, but we can also say we're gonna make a bridge like this, and then we're gonna make a bridge like that. Just means that we need to disconnect these two, and then we're gonna add some igneous rock pipes to this here, and then go down, and this is where our output is gonna be. Wait, what did I make this out of? Copper. And the aqua tuna is also out of copper. I made a mistake here. This can be gold amalgam, that's fine. But all of this needs to be steel. Whoops. Of course, if this is gonna be a steam room, then we need to also have ways to get this plastic out. And for that, we're going to use our shipping stuff. We have a conveyor loader, which I'm going to put here so we can get stuff out. And then we also have, wait, this has to be steel as well. Before I forget, conveyor loader out of steel. Now we have still a good amount of steel. And then our auto sweeper, which we don't have room for at the moment, also needs to be made out of steel. So let's set that to steel already. Of course, we do need some conveyor rails as well. And I think I'm just going to drop it on the floor here. So we're just gonna go here and add a conveyor loader there. So once we find something, we just drop it out. All right, we do need to get some water in this loop, and I want to use polluted water. I don't want to use the super cold polluted water, so I am going to actually get it from a storage here, where we have a little bit polluted water, which means I'm going to hijack this pipe, and then I'm just going to connect it. Should I just connect it? Wait, let me see. This goes over. I'm gonna disconnect this here because I don't want to have polluted water going in here somewhere. Oh wait, this pipe actually directly goes in there. That's interesting. Yeah, this has to go. But instead, I want to go to the right here, and more to the right, and then we're just gonna go. Wait, we're just gonna go like this, and then jump into here. There we go. That should work just fine. And then we need one more bridge for there. Actually, what I want to do here as well, because this is quite an ugly room with all these pipes and the thick cables in here, I just want to add some, let's see, where is it, furniture? Some wallpaper in here, and I'm gonna make it out of obsidian. So let's see, where do we have that? Here it is. We have 5100, but it's only 5 per. So let's just make this all out of obsidian. And I don't think as a 5 much is gonna happen, so I'm gonna set this all as a 7. Bam. So for the left, what we can already do actually is this out pipe can go directly in here, and then this we can start daisy chaining. So this one goes to, wait a minute. Oh my god. Oh boy, we got our polluted water in here, and brine as, oh my god. What the heck is going on? Yeah, this all should not have been connected. That was a mistake. All right, at least this is moving again, so this will empty up. And once this is empty, we can disconnect it again. Yep, there we go. And let's connect this again. Holy hell. What was going on there? Now I notice. Like this, we can go on for a while. Oh boy, is it so cold here? It is pretty cold here, but apparently my liquid lock here turned into ice. Oh boy, give me some more water here, please. We need to heat this up. So let's deconstruct these. And I guess we're just gonna make a heater. Boy. All right. There we go. It is what it is. Need a space heater to keep a liquid lock in place. Fantastic. Yeah, so we have this here. How are we with the pipe? It is actually all connected, so we're going to connect our pipe here. And for some reason, we are not getting... Ah, wait. Yeah, of course. This doesn't have power yet. We can, of course, just connect this because this doesn't use that much power. The potential load is 760. So we're just going to pump over some of the water. And let's make it not too much. So I'm just going to turn this off right now. Should be okay. And then we can also disconnect this one again. That should, let me see, where is this going? 6. It's going up, and it should go in this. Yeah, okay. We have a vacuum, nice. So this one, let's deconstruct it as soon as possible, as quickly as possible. Then we can also deconstruct those two as quickly as possible, make some more pipes, because we need outputs. Almost forgot. How is this? 31 degrees, okay. How much water do we have in here? 900 kilograms. That should be okay for this loop. So we can deconstruct this bridge and deconstruct this pipe here. All of this can go. Set this to 9. And then we can connect up. Why is there a bridge here? Deconstruct. Then we can just go through here. So now this will be the crude oil line, which is here. Also needs power. So yeah, let's connect this. I guess there is what it is. Wire connect up. And that should be okay. Disconnect this, and also here. I guess we can actually delete these. And then we're just gonna connect this up. Okay. Crude oil coming over. And this goes into the air. Nice. Ah, we are making our first petroleum actually. Okay, this is now deconstructed. So let's go to shipping auto sweeper. We make it out of steel. And it goes to there. High priority. And then we also need to have a cable. Make it up to there. Disconnect this cable. Deconstruct this cable. Then on the plumbing, we need to have we need to have a liquid vent, which goes there. Yep. We already have our petroleum coming in. Perfect. And then we can connect this pipe. So our loop is going through. And if we're above, let's say 15 degrees, then we go via the aqua tuner to cool down the liquid. Yeah, and it's gonna cool down this steam turbine. Can we not deconstruct this bridge? We can. Let's do it like that. Okay. All right. This is slowly starting to take shape after all of the mishaps that have happened. Okay. Now it's also cleaned up automatically. Perfect. Do we need more in here? What else? What else? Let me think. I think we have everything. It is still a vacuum. Power is connected. The cooling loop is in place. We're not cooling much here, but that's okay. Gases are in order, and automation is also okay. And shipping is also okay, right? Yeah. All right. So that means we can close this off finally, and then we can also get rid of the space heater. So that's a little bit ridiculous that I had to add that, but yeah. What you gonna do? And then of course, once I enable this, it's going to drain the batteries a bit, but then we will see that these polymer presses are going to produce plastic, which will raise the temperature of this water, because it's so much, it's going to take so long. And yeah, this will drain the batteries a little bit too quickly. So once we have a little bit of plastic made, just as an example, I'm going to turn this off again. There we go. 60 kilograms of plastic made just there. And let's just deconstruct all of this shit again. Stop. Anyway, that is basically what I want to do in this episode. We are collecting our petroleum, which we can use in a new rocket. So I'm going to make a new rocket platform here. Let's make this out of whatever, copper. Doesn't really matter. And once we make a petroleum rocket, you can see how much bigger it is, how much more space you have to work with this. And petroleum is actually very easy to get. As you can see here, you can just make it. So I just have to get it somehow up. I can just probably just steal this line, which is by now, for now, only used by water. But if I just connect this up, then the petroleum should also flow up. But yeah, here's the rocket platform. Let's set up a small petroleum engine. Make it out of whatever, copper. Apparently it doesn't really matter. So we make it out of copper as a 9. It's okay. Let's make sure that's built, and then we can see how big it is. As you can see, it's almost twice as high, so we can have a lot more modules in here. And of course, we are starting with the Spacefarer module. And then we can use these Trailblazer modules to make sure that we can bring duplicants to the other planetoids. So let's set these up. We make them out of refined metals. So let's say we make them out of copper. 1, 2. And then we need also some other stuff on top to make sure that we get finalize the rocket. So we need to have a nose cone. Let's add that there. And then we can add some more. I guess we can add some solar panel modules. We don't have enough glass. Yeah, we need to bring glass as well, actually. So we have 2 solar panel modules there. We need to make a lot more glass. So let's actually wait with these. Cancel. Cancel build. Because we need to make more glass here before we use it. Let's make, I don't know, 50. We need a lot more glass. Anyway, yeah, this is going to take a while to become a steam room, but it doesn't really matter that much that it takes long. And here we are making petroleum, as you can see. We already have 4,000 kilograms of petroleum plus what is in here, which is quite nice. So, as I said, that was it for the video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't done that yet, and see you in the next video.